of the APC amid growing political rumors that he had concluded plans to back a candidate from Kwara North Senatorial District to succeed him. Abdulrazak's comments come against the backdrop of intense political consultations within the ruling party and widespread claims that power may shift to Kwara North after 2 consecutive terms from Kwara Central. Although he did not directly reference zoning, his remarks were widely interpreted as a response to the succession rumors. The governor disclosed that 6 governorship aspirants, including a member of the State House of Assembly, had already expressed interest in the race, describing the contest as tough but healthy for internal democracy. Abdulrazak urged aspirants and party stakeholders to maintain unity before and after the primary, stressing that those who emerge victorious must carry others along. He claimed that the opposition had weakened both nationally and within Kwara, noting that many members of the People's Democratic Party had defected to the APC while others removed the African Democratic Congress. Abdulrazak vowing to conduct an open APC governorship election. Let me get your thought on governorship race. Let me get your thought on this. Ask for that question.
You know, one thing I have observed over time, every rumor has an atom of truth in it.
Okay.
It might start as a rumor at some point, rumor. Of course, the governor will have to disclaim it because imagine deciding to choose to anoint somebody. Now, when the election has not even started, primaries have not even started, you start having political crisis already from the states. So it's too early to have this crisis. So it's only on the governor to disclaim such, because imagine that just election has not even started. I've not even started. It's like election is like almost a year from now, and then you want to anoint somebody already. Even your chief of staff will start fighting. She also have an interest to start fighting you already. So it is the best interest of the governor to do. I'm talking about Province and Society now. Kwara State is a very peculiar state. We have the Sarakis in Kwara State. The Saraki family, they are one of the. In fact, the governor, I think Saraki father was the governor of Kwara State. Saraki became the governor of Kwara State, and his sister wants to become governor of Kwara State. So it seems like Kwara State is a personal enterprise of the Saraki's family. So any governor, anybody that wants to become governor of Kwara State, and Bukola Saraki, the former Senate president, is not yet in APC.
Okay.
And we cannot rule him out in the next electoral fight, because it's one of the heavyweight fights. But though Saraki's sister is in the APC right now, but Saraki himself is not in the APC still. I don't know if he has voted to the ADC here, but I know he's in PDP. And so it's one of the determining factors in Kwara State that will determine who becomes the governor of Kwara State next. Even though there is a sitting governor, well, say for instance in Rivers State, the sitting governor might not be that powerful.
Okay.
The fact that you're sitting governor does not mean you can produce a success in the state. So, but I feel like it is too early to start having this political crisis.
Let me get your thoughts on. I know he has disclaimed this. Yeah. But let me get your thoughts on the influence of godfatherism in Nigerian politics. Is it
okay?
Can we deny that there is something like that?
No, we cannot. We cannot rule it out of the system.
To what extent has it helped in our political terrain and movement?
For me, the only advantage I see is that unnecessary crisis, it reduces unnecessary too many crises. Not like totally, but it reduces too many political crises, tension and killing. Because if, for instance, election is coming, most of the boys that are supposed to go and be shooting on the road, the leader, political godfather, will call everybody to a round table. You take A, you take B, everybody agrees and go to the house. But without a godfather, me I want, you want, we'll go and kill ourselves on the road. Okay. That is the only, of course, anything that has advantage has a disadvantage. So let me say this is the only advantage I've seen for myself. That is one of the advantages of godfatherism. The fact is we cannot take it out of the system. It has been there right from the start of the system. It cannot be taken out of the system. But there are so many disadvantages of godfatherism because it does not give room for people that are credible to hold elective offices. It does not give room for credible people to hold offices. Because first, if you're not loyal to the godfather, you're not getting anything, no matter how credible, no matter how good you are. We have people that are so good from the antecedents, they are overqualified, even from tracing from your CV to everything, they're overqualified. But if you're not loyal to the godfather, you will not take anything. The godfather will take that position to one of his boys that is so loyal to him. Like for instance, in London, we had a chairman that cannot even speak English for himself. I don't want to mention his but I'm from London. We had a local government chairman that cannot even speak English. So when you convey such person to my former local government chairman, Barrister Susawatu, where you know that this man is a man of, he has capacity, he's loved by the people, and then you now compare him way back to the somebody he took over from. Insecurity everywhere. He's not even smart. The chairman cannot address the press. That's why he was appointed by the Godfather. Those are the disadvantages we have with Godfatherism. Yeah,
so, do you think Governor Abdulrazak's denial of such allegation would help in creating a level playing field for prospective candidates, those indicating interest in the governorship election of Kwara State?
Of course, because declaring an interest in a particular candidate simply means that the rest don't go, I'm not supporting you, and it's not good for the system already. If you are telling Mr. A, don't Mr. A will have to move. If you are in Party B and you know that this will not favor me, you have to move to Party C. And imagine that your cabinet are decamping, maybe as a vice member as they can because he wants the tickets as they come to Party B, as senator as decamped. Well, now by the claim is telling me that this is not true. Everybody stay. Everybody has the potential. Everybody has the hope to become the governor. So stay and lobby to become the governor. Nobody's leaving. So the system is still calm. But if you have not disclaimed, and probably people find like it's a matter of truth in this, most people will have to look for plan Bs. For instance, know what happened in 2022 President 2023 election, when Peter Obi was in the PDP, Wike was in the PDP, all of them, Bukola was in the PDP. When it was the eve of the primaries, Peter Obi left because he knew that this party will not favor him. He has to leave. So that's exactly what will happen in Kwara State if the governor had not disclaimed that such news or rumor as my target.
All right. Thank you for your opinion on our story. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll dive right into the rest of our stories. Do stay tuned. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. And with me in the studio has been Comrade Gabriel. And now we move on to the next story for discussion. Governor of Yobe State, Mai Mala Buni, has declared that he would rather forfeit his life than betray his political benefactor and predecessor, Ibrahim Gaidam. Buni made the declaration on Tuesday while addressing delegates at the just concluded All Progressives Congress held in Damaturu, the Yobe State capital. He noted that his political career was built on trust and insisted that betrayal had never been part of his record. The governor charged newly elected party officials to remain steadfast, urging them to uphold trust and integrity in the discharge of their responsibilities. He also outlined achievements recorded in the past 7 years of his administration, particularly in education, primary health care, empowerment and commerce, assuring residents that these sectors. On the issue of secession, Buni called on members of the APC in the state to pray for divine guidance for the emergence of the party's next governorship candidate. He urged party faithful to support a candidate with the capacity to unite members and sustain the good works of his administration. We have Governor Buni saying, "I'd rather die than betray my benefactor." Does that sound like a well-known song from politicians?
It's a very popular. We are used to that.
Okay. So you feel you have the opinion that this is purely political?
Yeah, very, very political. Very, very political. It's a normal slang that we all know. Nobody will say we'll betray, but when the time comes, when the offer comes, will you?
So we can't decide until when the offer comes.
When the offer comes, will come and to the vice president and betray your master. Will you say no to it?
So he also mentioned on the part of succession. He said the party members faithful should vote somebody, pick someone who can unite the party together. That do you think are you of the opinion that you need to uniting a party, the responsibility falls on the candidates, the flag bearer of the party?
If you as a citizen governor, you're not be able to unite the party, you have to wait for your successor to come and unite the party. Why not unite the party as a citizen governor and the leader of the party by party conventions and maybe constitution? As the leader of as the governor of the party, as the leader of the party in the state. So if you should be able to unite the party, you don't need to tell the party to wait to bring a successor that will unite the party. Do the job yourself and make the work easy for your successor. You have somebody in mind that you want to succeed you. That's why you are trying to indirectly lobby the party members and executive members and maybe delegates to bring somebody that you probably propose to them that will unite the party. How do you extract somebody that would unite the party? How do you know that? Is there a parameter to check for a person that has the capacity to unite the party? So we have to check. We have to ask all these salient questions.
So there are indices that has to be checked.
Yes. How do you know?
Is being brought in place.
How do you know that? How do you know that Gabriel will unite the party if I bring him? Do they write it on the forehead?
All right, comrade. I think this is where we wrap it up on this episode of Ayn Politics. I want to thank you for being